You were never meant to extend your hand to that dog. I came to his aid for he was in pain. I had no idea he was a service dog devoted to a veteran who bravely battled in the fierce streets of Fallujah. Your gratitude is unnecessary. Simply kneel, secure the leash once more, and position a water bowl within reach. Yet merely an hour later, I found myself dismissed for forsaking my duty. Just a day later, a figure clad in a distinguished military uniform strode into the store, his presence commanding as he inquired for me by name. Type yes, if you are convinced that kindness inevitably returns to us like a boomerang of the heart. Luke Ellison had always arrived punctually to work, never once faltering in his steadfast commitment to timeliness, not a single time in the span of 2 years at Voltic Supply. The narrow electronics store, a hidden gem nestled between the bustling laundromat and the inviting corner deli on Maple Street. At the age of 26, he resided in solitude within a studio apartment merely 3 blocks distant. Each morning, without fail, I embark on the same route at precisely 7:45. The morning shifts unfolded with a sense of predictability, a familiar rhythm that echoed through the hours. Examine the inventory, refill the shelves with new supplies, assist the occasional contractor in discovering the perfect gauge wire or circuit breaker for their needs. Luke found solace in the shadowy depths of the back warehouse, far removed from the bustling chaos of the front counter. He could navigate the supply lists with a steady hand, free from the burdensome chatter of unfamiliar customers. His manager Jason stood apart from the rest. At the age of 29, only 6 months have passed since I was brought on board from a vast corporate empire. Perpetually glued to his phone, he murmurs incessantly about the relentless pursuit of efficiency metrics. Jason had never dared to inquire of Luke regarding his father. Little did I know that the venerable old man had once served as a Navy electrician, imparting to his son the invaluable lesson that every task, no matter how small, deserves to be approached with unwavering dedication, even in the absence of an audience, particularly in those moments when no eyes were upon me. 3 years have passed since Luke's father succumbed to the relentless grip of lung cancer, most likely from the noxious chemicals he inhaled while serving on ships for 2 long decades. At the tender age of 19, Luke faced the heart-wrenching loss of his beloved mother. The modest life insurance policy served as his lifeline, keeping him buoyant in turbulent waters. Hardly a whisper. To lose this job would signify the daunting prospect of beginning anew in an entirely different place. Once more, Tuesday afternoon was swelteringly intense, the oppressive August heat that caused the asphalt to shimmer as if it were a mirage of water. The store's ancient air conditioning gasped and labored, a weary relic of a bygone era. Merely 2 customers had meandered in since the midday hour. In their quest for phone chargers, they searched high and low, only to depart with disappointment, their hands empty as they beheld the staggering prices. In the shadowy depths of the back warehouse, Luke found himself enveloped by an air of mystery, with clipboard firmly grasped in hand, enumerating the boxes of electrical conduit. As the security monitor seized his gaze, the monochrome display revealed the pavement beyond a stark contrast of light and shadow. An aged gentleman wrestled with an unseen burden near the threshold of the store. The man appeared to be around 70 years of age, shoulders hunched forward as if bearing the weight of the world, clad in a weathered olive drab jacket even as the sweltering heat bears down. Beside him stood a medium-sized dog, its presence both loyal and steadfast, a captivating blend of German shepherd lineage, entwined within the confines of his leash. Limping on 3 legs, the 4th paw dangled helplessly, a poignant testament to its plight. Luke observed the elderly man, his trembling hands desperately working to free the leash from its stubborn knots. The dog was not engaged in battle, merely standing there, breath coming in heavy gasps. The tongue hangs out, a vivid display of abandon. Even through the grainy monitor, Luke could discern the haunting clouded white of the dog's eyes, in utter darkness. In that moment his gaze fell upon the small rectangular patch adorning the dog's vest, a detail that seemed to pulse with significance. A noble companion in the realm of military service. The elderly man faltered, his steps wavering, as if the very ground beneath him conspired to betray his fragile balance. On the brink of tumbling, the leash ensnared his ankle with an unexpected grip. The dog let out a soft, heart-wrenching whimper, whispered, yet profound. A gentle whisper that against all odds transcended the distance of 20 feet, reaching through the glass door with an ethereal grace. Luke surveyed the desolate expanse of the empty warehouse, the silence echoing his solitude. Jason stood boldly at the forefront, most likely lost in the endless scroll of his phone. There are no customers in sight. There are no deliveries anticipated. He may return in a mere 60 seconds. With a sudden motion, he let the clipboard slip from his grasp, the sound echoing in the stillness, before he forcefully made his way through the rear exit, raced around to the front sidewalk. "My dear sir, it appears you are in dire need of assistance with that matter." The elderly gentleman's gaze shot upward, his expression one of sheer astonishment. His left eye gleamed with a piercing sharpness, ever watchful and alive with intensity. Yet the right side of his face bore the looks of a haunting scar. The eye socket has suffered a partial collapse.
"Oh, what is this? Oh, no, we are perfectly well, thank you. I've found myself ensnared in a bit of a tangle here." Yet there was Luke, already kneeling beside the dog, his heart racing with urgency.
With tender care, I delicately untangled the leash that ensnared the creature's legs, freeing it from its binding. The dog's paw, marred by injury, was grotesquely swollen. Most likely, it was a wound inflicted by shards of shattered glass somewhere in the shadows. Crimson droplets stained the unforgiving concrete. "Steady now, my friend," Luke whispered softly, his hands unwavering and meticulous. The dog remained utterly motionless, as though he grasped the essence of assistance when it enveloped him. Luke deftly unraveled the final knot, his gaze rising to meet that of the venerable old man. "He is gravely injured. Just a mere 6 blocks away lies a vet clinic. Should you—" "At this moment, it is beyond my means." The elderly gentleman spoke in hushed tones. "We shall prevail." Luke rose to his feet and vanished into the depths of the store. He reappeared just half a minute later, clutching a modest first aid kit in one hand and a paper cup brimming with icy water in the other. He sank to his knees once more. With utmost care, I tenderly cleaned the dog's paw using an antiseptic wipe, ensuring every inch was attended to with precision. Then it was enveloped in a delicate embrace of gauze and secured with the steadfast grip of medical tape. "This should suffice until you can secure him the proper care," Luke declared with conviction. Place the water cup within the dog's eager reach, allowing it to quench its thirst with ease. Maintain a pristine and arid state. The old man fixed his gaze upon him, that one good eye piercing through the shadows of time. "What is your name, my boy Luke?"
"Luke Ellison. Luke Ellison." The old man's voice was laden with a heavy richness.
"My heartfelt gratitude to you. It is I, Rex. For 8 long years he has stood by my side. He is my sole remaining anchor in this tumultuous sea of existence." Luke rose to his feet, sweeping away the dust that clung to his knees. "Look after one another with unwavering devotion." With a decisive turn, he strode back into the store, the door swinging shut behind him, gazed intently at his watch. 45 seconds. Jason remained stationed at the front counter, a steadfast presence in the unfolding scene. With the back turned, a world of untold stories lies hidden, waiting to be unveiled. The phone clutched tightly to his ear. With a determined grip on his clipboard, Luke returned to the meticulous task of counting conduit boxes, each one a silent testament to his unwavering focus. After the passage of an hour, Jason emerged from the shadows of the warehouse doorway, tablet in hand, a figure poised for revelation. His face burned with a deep crimson hue. "What on earth is this?" With a swift and forceful motion, Jason thrust the tablet directly into Luke's line of sight. Displayed before us was the haunting security footage captured from the store's exterior. Grainy yet vivid, the image captures Luke kneeling beside the dog and the elderly man, a poignant moment frozen in time. With a calm yet profound conviction, Luke declared, "I extended my hand to someone in need. You forsook your duty." The warehouse was left vulnerable and unguarded. The company policy unequivocally dictates a duration of 45 seconds. Policy remains indifferent to a mere 45 seconds. Jason's voice soared to a higher pitch, trembling with emotion. "Do you truly believe that your tenure grants you the freedom to act as you please, as if I am merely a shadow in your presence? Do you truly believe you can tarnish my reputation in the eyes of corporate?" With a deliberate motion, Luke placed his clipboard down, the sound echoing softly in the stillness around him. I had no intention of casting anyone in a particular light. A wounded dog lay there, its pain palpable in the air. I remain indifferent to its injuries. That task does not belong to you. Your role is to oversee inventory and manage the warehouse, not to don the mantle of a veterinarian during company hours. The words lingered suspended in the heavy, stagnant air of the warehouse. Luke could hear the air conditioning units whirring to life, their mechanical breaths punctuating the stillness of the room. The faint, persistent murmur of traffic seeps through the walls, a reminder of the world beyond. "Indeed, you are correct," Luke declared at last. "That was not my responsibility." Jason appeared taken aback by the revelation.
Excellent. Thus we find ourselves in perfect harmony of understanding this sort of conduct.
My duty confined me within 4 walls, meticulously counting boxes, while a soul in need lingered a mere 20 feet away. Jason's face flushed a deep crimson. "Do not test my patience, Ellison. I am in the process of composing this unpermitted departure from designated responsibilities. This will be documented in your file, and should this occur once more, it shall not happen again," Luke declared with a resolute tone.
Excellent. For the reason that my presence will no longer grace this place? Jason's eyes fluttered in a moment of disbelief.
"What is this?" I declared. "That it shall not occur once more, for I shall not be present. Are you truly considering dismissing me for extending a hand to a noble veteran and his loyal service dog? Proceed if you dare. Cast me aside. I never claimed that I was dismissing you. I declared that I would be documenting your actions." Luke was deftly untying his work apron, folding it with meticulous care. "Indeed, you are dismissing me, for if you choose to retain me and a similar incident occurs, I shall respond in precisely the same manner. I shall extend my hand to anyone in need at any moment they require assistance, and you shall find yourself in the position of justifying to corporate the decision to retain someone so utterly unreliable." With a deliberate motion, he set the apron upon the shelf, then retrieved his car keys from the depths of his pocket. "Then go ahead, Jason, and fire me. Spare us the burden of this endeavor." Jason parted his lips, a silent struggle unfolding as he opened and closed his mouth twice, desperately searching for the right words to escape his throat. "Very well. Your time has come to an end. With immediate effect, empty your locker and return your key to the front desk." Luke inclined his head in agreement. "Very well." With purposeful strides, he glided past Jason, making his way toward the sanctuary of the employee break room. Within the confines of his locker lay naught but a solitary phone charger, a mere spare, and a coffee mug, a relic from his father bestowed upon him long ago. Deep navy ceramic adorned with elegant gold lettering. Chief Petty Officer, the very essence that fortifies the fleet. With a deliberate motion, he nestled the mug into the depths of his jacket pocket, leaving the phone charger abandoned at the front desk, a silent witness to his departure. With a deliberate motion, he set his store key beside the register, a small yet significant act in the unfolding drama of the day. Stride confidently toward the door. "Luke," Jason's voice echoed as he called out, chasing after him with urgency. His voice resonated with an unfamiliar timbre now, veiled in ambiguity. "Perhaps, just perhaps, we might find a way. if you wish to engage in a discussion about this matter." Luke lingered, his hand poised delicately on the door handle, a moment suspended in time. "I do not extend my hand to others in search of gratitude, Jason. I extend my hand to them, for they are in dire need of assistance. It is impossible to pen that down, and equally futile to attempt to erase it from someone's essence." He thrust the door open, stepping into the searing embrace of the afternoon sun. I made my way home step by step, each footfall echoing the journey within. Have you ever found yourself misjudged for taking a stand on what is undeniably right? Remain by our side. The tale has yet to reach its conclusion. The man accompanied by the dog was anything but ordinary. Samuel Rhodes had reached the venerable age of 68 years. Only a handful were aware that he bore the title of Navy Lieutenant, a valiant warrior who had braved the fierce battlegrounds of Fallujah, Iraq. Rex the blind dog was a valiant battlefield service dog heroically rescued and brought home to live with Samuel. Samuel harbored secrets cloaked in shadows and whispers. His right eye lay in ruins, shattered by the merciless fragments of the bomb. He resided in serene solitude amidst the tranquil suburbs. Rex had once issued a dire warning about the hidden perils of buried mines, rescued the entire squad from the brink of disaster, received the prestigious Canine Valor Medal. Samuel beheld the poignant scene of Luke kneeling to assist Rex, yet he remained a silent observer as the harsh reality unfolded before him: Luke's dismissal. He simply averted his gaze, enveloped in silence, executed a solitary phone call. His voice resonated with a profound depth. An employee in close proximity captured a video of Luke's dramatic actions, shared it alongside a captivating caption. This man was stripped of his livelihood for the noble act of aiding a veteran's beloved dog. The clip surged into the realm of mild viral fame. The comments were a battleground of opinions, each side fiercely defending their stance. While some voices rose in criticism, branding it as mere ostentation, the majority rallied in his defense, standing firm against the tide of dissent. In the aftermath of the incident, Luke chose not to return home. He lingered in the warehouse for a quarter of an hour, then meticulously polished each tool to a gleaming finish. He clung to the collar he had lovingly retired, for Rex, a poignant memento of their shared moments. Type yes if you have ever chosen the path of righteousness, fully aware that gratitude would not follow in your footsteps. One full day later, as the clock strikes noon, the Voltix supply store stands ready. A figure clad in the distinguished uniform of a high-ranking United States Marine Corps emerged at the threshold. Grave, behold Colonel Vincent Merrick, a commanding figure at the helm of special operations. He had fought alongside Samuel in the harrowing Fallujah rescue mission. He strode into the store, inquired of the receptionist with a single poignant question. "Is Luke Ellison still present?" The whole store was enveloped in a stillness, as if time itself had come to a halt. Manager Jason's complexion drained of color. The colonel unveiled a video from his phone, capturing the attention of all present, the captivating footage of Rex and Luke, echoing the words that Samuel had so eloquently shared. He became a beacon of hope for a dog in need. He valiantly held on to hope for one who had been stripped of all, the pinnacle of tension. The colonel strode into the HR meeting room, his presence commanding and unmistakable. I engaged in direct conversation with Jason and the esteemed store director. He did not forfeit his job by stepping away from his role. He deserves the highest accolades for safeguarding the essence of humanity. An official invitation letter from the Naval Command was unveiled, extending an invitation to Luke to join the esteemed ranks of the Military Dog Rehabilitation Center. The role of a caregiver, a more substantial salary awaits. Comprehensive advantages await. Type with the fervor of justice. If you hold the conviction that honor must be reciprocated even if it is merely for a fleeting 30 seconds of compassion. Yet this was far from the conclusion. What unfolded next would irrevocably alter Luke's understanding of courage service. and the profound essence of loyalty. The colonel was no ordinary military officer. Vincent Merrick had bravely endured 3 harrowing tours in Iraq. Once I held the esteemed position of commanding officer to Samuel Rhodes amidst the harrowing and relentless battles that raged through Fallujah. Witnessed Samuel endure the harrowing loss of his eye-saving Marines victims of a devastating IED explosion. In that harrowing moment, I witnessed Rex on the brink of death and shrouded in the darkness of shrapnel, dragging himself across 50 yards of treacherous terrain to deliver a warning about a looming second device. And now, amidst the harsh glow of the fluorescent lights in the electronics store, Luke found himself grappling with the weight of his recent job loss. Colonel Merrick stood poised to unveil revelations that would irrevocably alter a young man's perception of the profound significance behind his fleeting 45 seconds of kindness. Mr. Ellison, the colonel, proclaimed, his voice resonating with the weight of 2 decades spent in command. "Are you aware of the actions you took yesterday?" Luke shifted with an air of unease, his discomfort palpable in the charged atmosphere. Jason lingered close by, beads of sweat glistening on his brow, even with the air conditioning humming around him. With great care, I assisted an elderly gentleman and his loyal canine companion, sir. That venerable figure was none other than Lieutenant Samuel Rhodes, a distinguished member of the United States Navy adorned with the esteemed Purple Heart. In the fierce chaos of Fallujah, he sacrificed his eye, a grim testament to the ambush laid by insurgents against his unit. Behold Rex, the valiant military working dog, a hero forged in the fires of 3 grueling tours of combat. His unwavering courage has been instrumental in saving 47 American lives, a testament to his extraordinary skill in explosive detection. The store lay in an eerie silence, as if time itself had paused. Even the customers had ceased their wandering, captivated by the unfolding tale. "Last night, Lieutenant Rhodes reached out to me." Colonel Merrick continued, his voice heavy with significance. It was the first time our voices had intertwined in 2 long years. Text: "Can you believe what he confided in me?" Luke vehemently shook his head, a tempest of emotion swirling within him. "He confided in me that in the 8 years since his return, you are the very first civilian who has recognized him as someone deserving of assistance. It was not due to his status as a veteran, nor the fact that Rex served as a loyal service dog. Rather, it was the profound connection forged between 2 souls, both navigating the tumultuous waters of need." The colonel advanced with purpose, closing the distance to Luke. "Can you fathom the weight of that for a man who has sacrificed it all for his nation, who returns home shattered and forsaken, who treads upon these avenues unseen by those who have never tasted the bitter fruit of sacrifice?" Luke's throat constricted, a suffocating grip tightening around him. Indeed, I, good sir, merely witnessed an individual in dire need of assistance. Indeed, Colonel Merrick's formidable countenance eased just a touch, revealing a hint of vulnerability. Those were the very words of Lieutenant Rhodes, spoken with conviction. He proclaimed that you failed to assess the cost or benefit, neglected to scrutinize company policy, and disregarded the potential consequences. You recognized a void and rose to fill it. The colonel pivoted sharply to confront Jason, whose pallor suggested he was on the brink of collapse. "Mr. Henley, your company dismisses a man for exhibiting fundamental human decency, for extending a hand to a veteran who served this nation with unwavering honor, for nurturing a military working dog that sacrificed for the very essence of American freedom. Is that truly the kind of enterprise you aspire to lead?" Jason parted his lips, yet silence enveloped him, leaving no words to escape into the air. Colonel Merrick, with a flourish, reached into the depths of his jacket and retrieved an envelope that exuded an air of authority and significance. "Mr. Ellison, the United States Marine Corps, proudly oversees a relocable military working dog rehabilitation facility nestled within the vibrant grounds of Camp Pendleton, California. We honor and cherish the retired service dogs who have valiantly fulfilled their duty to this great nation. We require civilian staff who grasp the profound truth that these creatures are far more than mere pets. They are the valiant veterans, the true heroes of our time. They are worthy of the utmost respect and compassion from those who truly grasp the essence of service. With a flourish, he extended the envelope towards Luke, a silent exchange brimming with unspoken significance. Lieutenant Rhodes has personally sought you out for the esteemed role of senior caregiver. The annual salary stands at a relookable $42,000, accompanied by comprehensive medical and dental benefits that ensure your well-being. Accommodations are graciously offered on the base. The role encompasses the daily nurturing, invigorating exercise, essential medical care, and heartfelt companionship for brave dogs who have valiantly served in combat zones across the globe. Luke's gaze fixed upon the envelope, his hands trembling ever so slightly, a storm of emotions brewing within him. "My dear sir, I find myself utterly unacquainted with the realm of military dogs," the colonel interjected, emphasizing the utmost significance of the matter at hand. "Your spirit is perfectly attuned to this calling. These noble dogs have exemplified unwavering courage and steadfast loyalty in their service. Countless lives have been saved by their unwavering efforts. They are worthy of a retirement filled with dignity, enveloped by those who truly recognize their immense worth." The colonel's voice softened, becoming intimate and profound. "Mr. Ellison, I have dedicated 28 years of my life to the Marine Corps. I've witnessed young men and women perform astonishing feats amidst chaos, displaying a bravery that leaves one utterly speechless. Yet I have witnessed the heart-wrenching aftermath when those very individuals return home, engulfed in a profound sense of neglect and abandonment, as if their sacrifices were rendered insignificant." With a sweeping motion, he pointed to the window, to the very place where Luke had once knelt beside Rex. "Yesterday, you illuminated for Lieutenant Rhodes the profound truth of his existence, that he is not merely a symbol or a statistic, but a human being deserving of compassion from those around him." Luke's gaze fell upon the envelope cradled in his hands, a weighty silence enveloping the moment. Through the pristine glass of the window, his gaze fell upon the unmistakable emblem of official Marine Corps letterhead. "When shall I embark on this journey?" he inquired softly, his voice barely a whisper. "In the span of a fortnight. We shall expertly manage your relocation and offer a comprehensive orientation. Upon your arrival, you shall be greeted by none other than Lieutenant Rhodes, your initial point of contact. He is eager to make a grand introduction of you to Rex and the other relookable dogs in the program." Colonel Merrick, with a commanding presence, extended his hand in a gesture that spoke volumes. "We extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to you, Mr. Ellison, as you join the esteemed Corps family." As their hands clasped in a firm shake, Jason summoned the courage to finally speak. "Colonel, should there be any misapprehension regarding Mr. Ellison's dismissal, we are more than willing to reevaluate the situation. There is no room for misinterpretation." Mr. Henley, the colonel, declared, his gaze unwaveringly fixed elsewhere. "Mr. Ellison was dismissed for possessing the audacity to stand for what is just even at a personal price. That reveals all I require to understand the essence of both his character and yours." And the colonel cast a lingering glance at Luke, a final weighty moment hanging in the air between them. "My dear son, though you faced the sting of losing a job yesterday, you have unearthed something far more precious. At last, you have discovered your true calling." 2 hours after Colonel Merrick's departure, Jason found himself answering a phone call from the imposing Voltic Supply Corporate headquarters. The footage of Luke extending his hand to the veteran and his loyal dog had swept across social media like wildfire, captivating hearts everywhere. The tale of his dismissal had captured the attention of local news stations. The company's customer service lines were besieged by a torrent of furious calls. That fateful afternoon, Jason faced the abrupt end of his journey while Luke had already vanished into the shadows. As he navigated the road home, a Marine Corps envelope rested on the passenger seat while his father's Navy mug stood proudly on the dashboard, a silent testament to legacy and honor. After 3 long years, a flicker of hope ignited within him as if he were finally embarking on a journey towards something truly significant. Luke departed from Voltix, his heart unburdened by resentment. A week later, he embarked on his journey at the military dog center, the very place where Rex had once honed his skills. Samuel arrived for a visit accompanied by the trio. Luke, the venerable elder, and Rex found themselves in quiet companionship beneath the sheltering embrace of the porch roof. Samuel's hand rested firmly on Luke's shoulder, a gesture laden with unspoken words and deep connection. Once I found it hard to believe that the youth still held any concern for us. Yesterday, you transformed everything. 3 weeks later, Luke found himself in a vast, sun-drenched yard at Camp Pendleton, his gaze fixed upon a dozen retired military working dogs frolicking joyfully in the warm embrace of the California sun. Some were bereft of legs, while others wandered in darkness, their sight stolen away. Many bore the haunting lukes of IED blasts or the cruel sting of gunfire. Each and every one of them was cherished beyond measure. His modest apartment on base may not have been extravagant, yet it held all the essentials he required. Above all, his work encompassed all that he desired: intent, significance, the profound realization that each day held significance. Rex was undeniably present, as one would expect. Though his sight had vanished into the abyss of eternity, the joyous rhythm of his tail continued to dance with fervor at the sound of Luke's voice calling out his name. Samuel made his way over twice a week, often lingering for hours, nestled in the shade, as he observed Rex's lively interactions with the other dogs. During one visit, Samuel confided in Luke he finds true happiness here. Once more the bonds of friendship have been rekindled. A mission awaits. What is his grand mission? Luke inquired with a sense of urgency. Samuel beamed with pride, guiding the younger dogs in the art of becoming seasoned veterans, imparting the wisdom of retiring with grace and honor. In a serene hush, they observed Rex as he deftly maneuvered through the yard, guided by the whispers of scent and sound, leading the valiant, three-legged Belgian Malinois Rex toward the glistening water bowls. Luke Samuel declared in due time,
"Indeed, sir. Do you understand the reason I summoned Colonel Merrick to aid me in securing this position?" Samuel vehemently shook his head, a tempest of emotions swirling within him, in order to illuminate a particular concept for my comprehension.
"What is that? For 8 long years a tempest of anger has brewed within me, furious at the politicians who thrust us into the chaos of war. Fury swells within me for those civilians who have so easily cast us aside, forgetting our sacrifices upon our return. Furious at the youth who remain oblivious to the depths of our sacrifices." Samuel observed as Rex tenderly guided Rex into the cool embrace of the shade. "Ah, but you were unaware of my past as a veteran. I had no idea that Rex was a service dog. You have just witnessed a soul in desperate need of assistance, and you were there lending your hand. There shall be no calculations, politics shall not intrude. There were no doubts lingering in the air regarding our worthiness of it." He pivoted, casting his gaze upon Luke. "Your words rekindled the belief that the essence of humanity is rooted in goodness. Such kindness transcends the need for uniforms, flags, or even shared experiences. At times, it merely demands the recognition of another's value, a realization that they are indeed deserving of your precious time." Luke sensed a searing intensity behind his eyes. "Mr. Rhodes, Samuel. Samuel merely acted as any reasonable person would in that situation." "Absolutely not, my dear son. You acted as any noble soul would, rising to the occasion with unwavering resolve. A distinction exists, the ultimate vision. A youthful arm gently sets a water bowl before a venerable dog, embodying a tender moment of care and companionship. In the distance, the American flag flutters majestically in the golden embrace of the afternoon sun. And Luke's voice concludes, "I only helped a dog." Yet that experience sculpted me into the very person I had always aspired to be from the outset. Just a few days later, Luke found himself in possession of a mysterious package, its origins shrouded in secrecy, devoid of any return address. Within the confines of the space lay a framed photograph, a silent witness to moments captured in time. The security footage captured outside Voltic's supply reveals him kneeling beside Rex, a moment frozen in time, steeped in tension and gravity. In the shadow of the photograph, in elegant script, a profound truth was inscribed. Character is revealed in the actions taken when no eyes are upon you. In the shadows beneath a different script emerges, yet the ever-watchful gaze remains unyielding. We are grateful for the vivid reminder of the essence of America. Colonel V. Marek, United States Marine Corps. With a careful hand, Luke placed the photo upon the wall of his apartment, positioning it with reverence beside his father's cherished Navy mug. Each morning, as dawn broke and the world stirred to life, he gazed upon the two cherished items, a vivid reminder of the invaluable lessons imparted by his father. Embrace each task with unwavering dedication, particularly in those moments when the eyes of the world are absent. Yet, as he had come to understand, there is always an unseen observer lurking in the shadows. In those moments when you choose to do what is right, even at a great personal cost, you may just discover the path that leads you to your true place in the world. Rex spent 2 additional years at the rehabilitation facility, enveloped by the warmth of friendship and a sense of purpose before he slipped away gently in the embrace of slumber. Samuel stood at the final moment, cradling the weary paw of the old dog, his voice a soft murmur of gratitude that hung in the air like a tender farewell. Luke continues his journey at Camp Pendleton, steadfast and unwavering. He has ascended the ranks not once but twice, and now commands the entirety of the civilian care staff with authority and grace. Whenever new employees approach him with inquiries about the job, he delivers the same response, unwavering and resolute. Here, we embrace a world beyond mere dog care. We nurture the champions among us. Each and every day they unveil the true essence of service before our very eyes. The framed photograph continues to grace the walls of his apartment, standing sentinel beside his father's cherished mug. Each dawn it serves as a poignant reminder that kindness, though it may demand the utmost sacrifice, is never in vain, especially when it exacts the highest price of all. Have you ever found yourself doing the right thing in the shadows when no eyes were upon you? Unleash your tale below, for it is often a single act of compassion that holds the power to transform the very fabric of existence.